Hey you guys, it's your girl Simone and welcome back to my channel. So as y'all can see by the title, here is, oh, I had to make sure it was still recording. Here is another story time, y'all. Don't mind the way I look right now. Don't mind my room is dirty, y'all. Don't mind none of that. I'm packing right now and I'm like, let me record something that I already have it uploaded so I could give y'all something while I'm gone. So let's go ahead and get straight into it. Y'all don't mind my hair either, because anyway. So let's go ahead and get straight into this video. If you're not already doing so, y'all already know what to do. Make sure you subscribe to my channel, give your girl a thumbs up, and comment down below. So y'all, this video is gonna be about, as y'all can see by the title, y'all, we need to stop with that one last link up, one last conversation, one last anything. We need to just stop. So I'm gonna give y'all a story about when I had a one last, y'all, situation and it just went left. So all right, this story is about crazy. So this happened like after we broke up. We was broken up for a while, y'all, probably like a good year. We didn't talk to each other, nothing like that. So one day he ended up hitting me up on, first he came and just was liking a whole bunch of my pictures on Instagram or whatever, and his page was private, so I didn't go like follow him or nothing like that. So he was liking a whole bunch of pictures. It was just like whatever. So he ended up DMing me, I guess, when he seen like I wasn't caring to hit him up or nothing. So he ended up DMing me, because this was going on for about like a good 2 days, y'all. So he ended up DMing me and was just like, hey, how you been? And I'm just like, the fuck? So I'm thinking, should I reply? No, because we ended on bad terms, y'all. We ended bad, like y'all see how shit go. So we ended on bad terms. So he just like, hey, how you whatever. So I ended up replying, I'm just like, I'm good, thanks, and that was it. And he was just like, okay, LOL, like I just wanted to hit you up and I just wanted to apologize for everything that I've done to you and all this other, you know, all that other blah 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 blah. So I'm just like, all right. So I'm just like, thanks, like I really appreciate it, blah blah blah. And yeah, so it went from there. So after that, he hit me up again. Like I had posted a picture and he was just like, you look very beautiful, like I love the weight gain on you, you know, just doing that. And I'm just like, thanks, like, yeah, whatever. So at this time I was talking to somebody or whatever like that. So yeah, but anyway, so yeah, so he ended up hitting me up and was just like make small talk, and we'll just be laughing about shit. Because I mean, like I said, for me to have been dealing with him for all that time, shit wasn't, my bad. So for me to have been dealing with him all that time, shit wasn't always bad. Like it was good times too. So we was laughing about a whole bunch of little shit or whatever, and he was just like, your number's still the same? And I'm like, yeah, I've been having the same number for years, y'all. I need to stop doing that. But anyway, so he hit me up and he was just like, you know, talking, blah, blah, blah. So we was talking back and forth for like a good week, and it wasn't nothing like that. It was just really just he'll reminisce. But I'm just like, let me stop, because I know how I am and I know how he is. So this, no. So he ended up was like, I know this might sound crazy, but I really want to see you. And I'm just like, you know, that does sound crazy. So when he first told me he wanted to see me, he was just like, I just want to see you. Like, I feel like I want to apologize to you in person, maybe buy you something to eat, da 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 da. And I'm just like, boy, like, you know, and I'm just like, okay. So he was just like, okay, this following day, like, or something like that. So I'm like, all right. So I ended up flaking on him. Boom. So he hit me again, like, oh, I flaked on him. I didn't even hit him. I didn't say shit to him. Like, he didn't hit me. So whatever. So he ended up hitting me the following day and was just like, we could, like, what happened? So I'm just like, oh, my bad, I was doing this, that, and the third. So he was like, okay, could we see each other? Like, you want to go grab something to eat, go to the movie, something like. So I'm like, whatever. So this day I was just actually gonna go, because remember I told you I was talking to somebody, and the person I was talking to, he was kind of getting on my nerves that day. We wasn't together, y'all, we was just talking. So I'm just like, all right, whatever. So he hit me and he was just like, he was all like, hey, to be honest, he was all like, do you want me to drive, or you want to drive, or you want to meet there? And I was just like, well, you could drive, like, you know, I didn't want him in my car. So I'm just like, you could drive, it don't matter. Big mistake. I should just say we could meet there. But we didn't have official plans, like really what we was doing. So he was all like, to be honest, I really don't want to come to your, because he was like, where are you? Because mind you, at this time, I didn't live at my grandma's house anymore. I moved somewhere else. So but I wasn't finna tell him where I lived at, the fuck. So he was just like, to be, like, where you at? So I'm like, I'm at my grandma's house. He like, to be honest, I really don't want to pull up to your people's house, because I'm embarrassed. Like, you know, I'm embarrassed just because of the whole, everything that we went through and shit like that. So I'm like, all right, we could meet somewhere, like I'll park or whatever. And he was like, all right, meet me at my grandma's house. So I'm just like, nah, I'm not trying to go to your people's house neither. Like, so he was like, all right, let's see. Like, so we thinking of places to meet. And he was like, meet me at the Food for Less on Western. If you're from LA, you know, Western Imperial, whatever. So we went to, we met there or whatever. Y'all, I'm in the car. I'm nervous. I don't know why I was so nervous. It's like I know him, but it's like you ever haven't seen somebody in so long or dealt with somebody in so long, and then when you see them, you just nervous. Like, so y'all, I was so nervous. I'm in the car. I'm just like, y'all, and I didn't want to tell nobody I was meeting up with him. So I'm on the phone with my sister, and she like, what are you doing now? I'm just like making up some random ass shit to what I'm doing, you know, like, because I didn't want to tell her, like, because anybody in their right mind would be like, bitch, are you dumb? Like, why are you meeting up with him? Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? So I'm just like nervous or whatever. So he ended up pulling up, and yeah, he pulled up and he was just like, oh, like, hey, like, okay, you want to get in your car or whatever. I ended up actually parking my car in that parking lot, leaving it there, y'all. But anyway, so I'm like, I'll get in your car. I didn't want him in my car, like, you're not supposed to get in here. So I parked my car, y'all. This was stupid. This was so fucking dumb, y'all. So I get in his car. He like, can I get a hug? So I get out. I give him a hug, y'all. This night gets embarrassing and fucking just, y'all. So anyway, so I get out. I give him a hug or whatever. So he was just like, oh, okay. Like, he had a bottle of Remy and he was just like, you want some? Like, you want some? And I'm just like, no, like, you know, right now, no. So we talking, and he was just like, all right, let's figure out what we're gonna do. So we found a movie we was gonna go to or whatever, but the time didn't start till like some time later. So we just in the car, and he like, am I hungry? I'm like, not really. So he like, all right. So we end up going to the car wash. It was like, mind you, all of this is late night. It's like 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, but the sun is down. This is around the time of sundown. So we go to this car wash somewhere like in Harbor City. We driving for a long time, just laughing, talking, driving. So we in the car, whatever, and he like, do you want to drive? So I'm just like, no, I don't want to drive your car. Like, you know, he just doing the most. He's doing the most. He just being so fucking nice and shit. And he's just like, yeah, I'm not like that no more. Da 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 da. It's crazy because when he was in jail, I used to think that he took medicine. Like, and I used to tell him like, hey, because when he was in jail, he was cool. So I used to tell him like, hey, maybe you should start taking your pills again that you were taking in jail. And he used to get so mad. He's like, I was not taking pills in jail. And I used to be just thinking like, well, then why you was so cool in jail? Like, y'all, when I get onto the story about my summer love affair when he was in jail, y'all gonna see, like, he was so calm. Like, it's crazy. But anyway, so yeah, so we driving, and mind you, the person I was talking to, I used to always call him Bae. So I just kept saying, so I accidentally called, listen, so yeah, we in the car, we driving. So at this point, we laughing, talking, and I was like, Bae, and I just was like, and I laughed, and I'm like, he starts smiling, y'all. When I said bae to him, he was smiling so fucking hard. And I was just like, oh shit, like, I'm so sorry. I'm like, I did not mean to call you that. I'm like, it's the best guy I talk to. Like, I'm like, I always call him bae, and like, I'm always talking to him. So, you know, it's just a habit, like, my bad. Y'all, y'all, when I tell you he went from 0 to 100 real quick, like, that crazy face came when he get his crazy activated. Like, he was like, first, because he had the biggest smile on his face when I called him baby. When that happened, it went like he turned, you know that picture when it be like, it'd be a person regular, like a somebody, and then they turn into Ike Turner. Like, that's how it went left. So I'm looking, I'm like, so I was like, so we don't have to go to the movie if you don't want to. Like, I'll just change the subject. And he was just like staring out the window, staring. And I'm just like, but out my window, like, I'm sitting in the passenger seat, and he's staring past me, like, with that look. And I'm just like, so I'm like, yeah, like, so did you want to go to the movies or no? Like, you know, I'm not trying to like argue with him, but at the same time, it's like, bro, what the fuck going on? At this point, I'm hot. I'm like, why the fuck I'm in the car with this man? What the fuck did I get myself into? Don't nobody even know who I'm with, where I'm at, because I'm lying, talking about I'm about to go in the house and go to sleep. Like, you know, because I didn't want nobody to know that, my bad, y'all, my eye just bothered me. But yeah, I didn't want nobody to know that I was with him. So I'm just like, and then I'm like, oh, I was gonna say his name. I was like, crazy. And he was just like, oh, my bad, my bad. And I'm just like, yeah, I'm like, you good? Like, you know, I'm like, you looking kind of, you know, and he just like, oh, no, I'm good. He's like, so you talked to somebody? And I'm like, well, yeah, like, you know, we getting serious or whatever, like, we not in a relationship. He like, so why are you with me right now? I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, we never said we were getting back together or on a talking type thing. Like, you just said you want to hang out. He like, I'm just kidding. But mind you, he was his face never, a smile never crossed his fucking face. So I'm just like, at this point, I need to just tell somebody where I'm at, because this nigga's fucking weird. So he like, oh, okay, so we could go to the movies if you want to. And I'm like, all right, like, don't it start like in the next hour or so? Like, he's like, yeah, like, but if you want, we could go to the beach. Mind you, it's late night. So I'm thinking like, the fuck? What do you want to go to the beach for? And I'm just like, what are we gonna do at the beach? Like, and he was just like, remember when we first met, we went to the beach, like, and it was just nice, we talked and stuff. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, but we don't have to do that. He was just like, it's this one beach I want to show you. Mind y'all, I'm from LA. All the beaches is down the same coast. They all just right down from each other. You keep driving down the fucking street, you're gonna go to beach after beach after beach. I've seen the beach. I've seen the beach, nigga. Like, what? So I'm just like, okay, but he kind of was like not trying to show that he was fucking getting mad, but he was kind of being like real, like, we're going to the beach, like, type shit. So I'm just like, all right, like, you know, I'm trying to be cool, because I'm like, what the fuck? Like, this, me, I'm thinking I'm coming to say my last fucking, letting him say his apologies or whatever, and this nigga's probably thinking like, oh, this is the perfect plan for me to kill her, because he knew me, so he know damn well I was not finna tell nobody I linked with him. So I'm thinking like, fuck, what the fuck, y'all? So we driving down some dark ass street that was going towards the beach, but not really, like, it wasn't really. So I'm just like, so I'm like, where are we going? Because mind you, we could have been at the beach. And he was just like, I just want to show you this house is really nice. Like, this is a nice house. Like, one day I want to move to this house. So we driving through an area where it's like the refinery and shit. It's dark as fuck, and unless he planned on living at the refinery, it just wasn't giving no neighborhood popping up no time soon. So I'm just like, what's up with you? Like, at this point, I had to just ask. I'm just like, you good? Like, what's up? You seem like you got a lot going on in your life right now. You got a lot on your mind. So he's like, I don't. He's like, but I'm not even gonna lie. And then he started laughing like crazy, like, ha ha ha, like in a fucking weird ass laugh to where I'm looking at him like, and he even asked me like, why are you looking at me like that? But yeah, so he laughing all weird and shit. And he was all like, I ain't even gonna lie, like, when you said you had a boyfriend, like, that made me feel some type of way. So I'm like, I never said I had a boyfriend. I said I was talking to somebody. He's like, yeah, but you calling him bae. And I was just like, okay. And I'm just like, yeah, you called a lot of bitches bae when we was together. Like, hear me, here I go. I'm just like, I'm sorry, I couldn't help it. Like, they got me fucked up. Like, bitch, the fuck, why you worried about me? Like, why are you worried? So he was just like, huh, don't go there, I did not date nobody, I was a good man to you. So I'm like, you was a good man to me? At this point, don't even go there with me, because now we finna argue, because bitch, you playing, you trying to play with my intelligence. You know damn well you ain't shit, you wasn't shit, you still ain't shit, you ain't gonna never be shit, you know? So he was just like, I was a good man. He was like, I feel like the only thing bad I did to you was he's like, was having that other bitch talking about Bimbo. Yeah, I had to think like, what was her name? He's like, the only thing I did bad to you was having not putting Bimbo in her place sooner. Nigga, that's the only thing you did bad to me? That's the only thing. Okay, so y'all, because there's more stories about crazy too. But yeah, oh, that's the only thing. So I'm just like, I could name a lot of things you did, but I'm like, we don't even gotta go there, you know? And he was just like, right. So he's still driving, and I'm noticing when he's driving, he's being fucking weird. Like, I pay attention to my surroundings, but bro, why do you keep looking? I just noticed when we was on like busy streets and shit like that, more like city-ish areas, he wasn't doing this. So I pay attention to everything. So we still like talking, going back and forth. It went from about to be an argument, pull over, let's, like, I'm gonna beat your ass and nigga, let's fight because you got me fucked up, to we laughing and joking about the shit. Cause it's like, I ain't with you no more, I don't give a fuck. You probably putting the next bitch through that shit, and that ain't got nothing to do with me. So we but I'm noticing though, like, I'm paying attention to him, and he's driving like this. He's looking at the road and he look in the rearview mirror. Mind you, ain't nobody behind us. We on a dark ass street driving. So I'm just like, So I turned around. Like, the fuck is you looking back for? So I'm like, you paranoid? Like, you think somebody following us or something? And he's like, why you say that? Like, it was a real pause, and I'm just like, I'm just saying because you keep looking in the rearview mirror. Like, the fuck? And he's like, oh no, I just don't want the police to be on us, you know, because I don't got license. You got license? And I'm just like, what police? Like, nigga, what is you talking about, the police to be on us? So I was just like noticing that, and I'm just like, hey, we should go towards the movie. I'm like, cause I was like, it might have a different movie playing at the time. He's like, you sure? I'm like, yeah, cause this beach, this house, it's not given. Like, I don't know where the fuck you taking me at this point. Fucking. And he was just like, you think I'm trying to do something to you? Yes. So I'm just like, no, I don't think that. I'm just like, but I gotta go to work in the morning, and I mean, it's a cool conversation and all, like, you cool people, we laughing or whatever, we vibing, but this is fucking weird. So he was just like, oh, like, I'm not trying to be weird or nothing like that. Like, I'm just wanted to show you this house. Y'all, mind you, let me just give y'all a heads up now. I ain't never seen this motherfucking house. I don't even think it was a house. Like, because at this point, we're just fucking driving. And we done passed a lot of parts where we could have went to the beach. The fuck? So I'm just like, yeah, like, let's just go back towards the movies or whatever. And he was just like, all right. So, mind you, the movie we were supposed to see, he had told me the movie, he said it at this time, right? I don't know why I didn't think to look, but y'all, when I eventually did, because I'm just like, I don't know, like, let me see if they have some different times at that movie theater. So I looked at the movie theater, like, and why this movie was not even showing at this time that he said. I think he said, like, it was supposed to come on at like 10, and we met up around like 8, and this movie last showing was probably like at 7. And he told me that it was at 10. So at this point, so I was just like, you know that? I'm like, am I tripping, or is this the movie theater that you show me? So I'm showing him the phone. He like, oh yeah, that's it. I'm like, the last showing for that movie was at 7. I forgot what movie we was gonna see. It was just gonna be like some random ass movie. And he was just like, oh, for real? I'm like, yeah. Didn't you say you got the tickets online? Like, you know, he was just like, no, I didn't say that. So I'm like, do you want to see something different? Like, and he was just like, no. He's like, we don't have to go to the movies. He's like, if you want, we could go to the beach. Like, nigga, what is up with you in the beach? So I said, I don't know what you think you finna do at the beach. I said, but ain't nothing finna go on at the beach. And he just was like, I didn't think nothing was gonna go on the beach. Like, at this point, he started getting an attitude with me, and I'm just like, the fuck? So we drive. I'm like, can we go back to Vivalayoshii? Because I don't want my car to get locked in the parking lot. And he like, they not gonna lock your car in the parking lot because the parking lot don't close until like 12, because that's when people leave. And then 1 actually, because people won't get off work. So, you know, it's just a whole ass fucking thing. And I'm just thinking like, bro, what did I get myself into? Like, this nigga is really not trying to let me out this fucking car. And I did the most dumbest shit ever, because I know y'all probably thinking like you was getting weird vibes from him, and then you turn around and start drinking the Remy. Y'all, I don't know why. I just started. So again, he's like, I'm about to drink some of this, and he started drinking some. He's like, you sure you don't want none? So I'm like, I'm gonna drink some. And y'all, I'm over here drinking the Remy. I get drunk fast, and y'all will see when I'm in Vegas. But anyway, I'm like, oh my God. So I'm like kind of faded. So at this point, we just laughing and shit like that. To where I didn't realize that we was parked in front of, like, in a random ass neighborhood. Like, we was just parked. And I didn't realize that, because that's how fucking faded I got. I'm thinking we had a red light for too long, to where I had to look up like, why are we still here? And I'm like, where are we at? And he was just like, oh, like, we just chilling, like, you know. So I'm like, the fuck? I'm like, what city is this? Like, I don't even know what city we was in. I think by this point we was probably like somewhere near Huntington and shit. I don't know where the fuck we was at. So I'm just like, oh, okay. So I'm like, oh, I gotta pee. Like, I gotta pee real bad. Like, can you take me to go pee somewhere? And he was just like, I got some wipes in the car. Like, if you want to pee outside the car. Y'all got me fucked up, nigga. Move the car and take me to pee. So I'm just like, I don't want to do that. And he was just like, I got a cup in the car if you want to pee in the cup in the car. And y'all, only reason why he said that is because one time, I ain't gonna lie, one time we was like going somewhere, and I had to pee really bad, and I did not want to pee at this gas station. It looked janky, and I peed in the cup inside of his car. Y'all, that's so nasty. But y'all, it was either that or the gas station. And if y'all would have seen how that gas station looked, I was not going there. I know y'all probably think like, why you didn't pee outside the car? And you know what, I don't know, because I think I was drunk that time too. But yeah, but it's not like it spilled in the car. But anyway, So I'm just like, no, just take me somewhere, you know. And he was just like, I just really want to be with you. Like, I want to spend time with you today. Like, I just don't get it. Like, why are you acting like that? He's like, I'm pretty sure you don't got to go to work that early. So I'm just like, oh, here we go. And he was just like, and this nigga you talking to, like, who is he? Like, he started asking all type of questions. At this point, I'm just like, bro, here we go. And he was just like, you know you fucked up by getting in my car, right? Yo! And I'm just like smiling at him, and I'm like, stop playing. Cause at this point I'm kind of like faded. So, well, I am faded. So I'm like, stop playing. And he looking all serious, and he was just like, and I'm just like, my smile went from like big smile to like, oh. And I'm just like, how did I fuck up by getting in the car? And he was just like, because I really don't want to let you go home. Like, I don't want to take you back to your car. He's like, honestly, like, one of the homies got a tow truck. I could just have him tow your car somewhere so you don't got to worry about it getting towed. And then we could pick it up later. But, like, I feel like we should just go somewhere tonight and just talk until the morning. Like, you could call off work. Yo, at this point, I was just like, why would you think that's okay? I'm like, no, I don't think that's okay. Like, And he was just like, yeah, I think that's fine. He's like, because I feel like I want to at least try before you and this guy. Like, I want to at least try before you and this guy get serious. You know, like, you calling him bae now, but next thing you know, he finna be your boyfriend. So I'm just like, at this point, I'm sitting there like, in my head, there's so many thoughts going on. I'm thinking like, bitch, what the fuck your dumb ass get yourself into? So at this point, I'm drunk and I'm thinking of crazy shit. Like, do I get out the car and run? Like, do I call an Uber? Like, what the fuck do I do? So I was just like, yo, I'm like, can you just take me back to my car? And he just like, for what? So y'all, I'm just like irritated as fuck because I'm just thinking like, bro, like, why are you being so fucking weird to me? But y'all, I know y'all probably about to be in the comments like, he's being weird, bitch. You was dumb one to go link up with this nigga. Why'd you leave your car at Food for Less and then hop in the car with this fucking crazy ass nigga and then drink some of his fucking drink after you seen him being weird and then do all of this shit, right? So I'm like, oh my god. So before we end up like, before he's like, all right, I'll take you home. Like, I'm not even gonna be on no weird shit. And I'm just thinking like, bitch, you been on weird shit all night. So he like, I'm gonna take you home or whatever. I'm gonna take you home. He was like, but first I gotta stop by my dad's house because I need to go get something, right? So I'm like, all right. So we pull up to his dad's house and he was just like, you want to get out the car? Like, my dad want to see you. Y'all know the dad, right? And mind you, it's crazy because I had spent the night at his dad's house before. And anyway, so I was just, he was like, my dad want to see you. Like, he ain't seen you in a long time. I said, right, that's a good thing. Creepy ass fucking daddy. And he just like, yeah, you want to go in there? And I'm like, nah, I don't really think your stepmom liked me, like, you know, from last time. The fuck? So he was just like, oh nah. But mind you, he was so fucking messy. Like, he would know somebody don't like you and still put you in a situation with them. Like, it was times where it'd be like situations with like me and his mom or whatever, and I'll be like, oh no, I don't want to go to your house. Like, I don't want to spend the night at your house because I think it's bad blood with your mom and me. Like, I think, you know, she don't like me. Like, I should just wait around. And he'd be like, no, she cool, your mama love you. And I'll go and she'd be like, Simone, oh, okay. And I'll be like, the fuck? Like, nigga, he was weird like that. So I'm just like thinking back to how he is. And I'm just like, nah, I'm cool. I'm gonna stay in the car. So he like, oh, okay, all right. So we sitting there and I'm just like, so what you gonna go in your dad's house to do? And he was just like, I just wanted to kick it right here. I really wanted to go inside. He's like, I really want to go inside and just, you know, probably we could have just spent the night, watch some movies and just chill. Nigga, what? I could have swore I told you. So at this point, I know where I'm at. So I'm just like, I'm like, y'all, I think I'm gonna just Uber to my car because I think you're drunk. Fucking weirdo. I'm like, I think you kind of drunk. And I'm like, and I gotta go to work in the morning. Like, you know, he just was really like, all right, okay, all right, I'll take you home. Like, can you stay out for like 1 more hour? So I'm just like, we could get something to eat, you know. I'm like, by the time we try to go get something to eat or whatever, and then, you know, whatever. So we was gonna go to In-N-Out. I'm like, cool. I'm like, that should take an hour to go drive to In-N-Out, wait to get the food, drive to my car. Hour, boom. So he was just like, all right, mind you, we driving, we pass In-N-Out. I'm like, waiting to stop. He gonna say the line was long. Mind you, y'all know it ain't In-N-Out, ain't like McDonald's. They ain't on every fucking corner. Like, so we got to drive to another one. So he like, I know another one. Like, I know another one. Like, you just know a secret fucking In-N-Out that's just got this short line because they waiting for you to come. So I'm just like, bro. So at this point, I'm kind of irritated because I'm just like, time is really going by. And I'm just like, it's getting closer to that time for them to lock that gate. And my car's not gonna just be locked in this fucking parking lot, or I get a ticket, or they told me, like, the fuck. So he like, well, if they do tell you, like, it'll be good, like, you know, I'll just pay for it. So I'm like, no. He's like, you want me to have my homie tow your car, like, to my grandma's house or something, or to your grandma's house, or to your house, like, where you live at? I was like, no. The fuck? I'm like, I want to drive my car to my house. So he like, oh, okay. He's like, you got a TV at your house? Bitch, why would I not have a TV? The fuck? So he like, yeah, maybe we could watch TV at your house or something. I'm like, nah, we can't do that. He like, oh, because that nigga be there? And I'm like, no, but you ain't finna come over. The fuck? You know, so I'm just like, nah, I just don't want to go back down that lane with you. I'm like, because tonight is kind of weird. And he just like, oh, you not having a good time? Y'all, it was just like everything. At this point, he's irritated. Like, I'm just like, I mean, this was cool, but we drove around the whole time. If I want to go on a road trip, we could have drove to fucking San Diego or something. Not around these weird creepy ass areas. Like, do you got a shovel in the trunk? Like, at this point. And he was just like, oh, so you just don't like when people show you something new? Nigga, I've seen the beach. I've seen the beach. So I'm just like, you're not showing me anything new. Like, I've seen these areas, you know? Like, he was like, oh, okay, but when we was driving, you talking about, you know, where are we? Nigga, it's pitch black. Like, it's fucking pitch black and we at a refinery. Like, I mean, we're driving past these areas. Like, this is not something new. So at this point, I'm irritated. I'm just like, bro, this nigga's a fucking weirdo. Like, oh, y'all. So I'm sitting in the passenger seat like this, and he was just like looking at me, and I'm just like, so he like, you still want In-N-Out or no? Because I was going to go to this one, and I really don't even want to put you on. Mind you, I don't even like In-N-Out. So I'm just thinking, you don't want to put me onto In-N-Out, nigga. I could Google the location and figure out where the fuck In-N-Out is at if I wanted to my damn self. So at this point, I'm just like, y'all, it was just a real fucking irritating ass situation. And do y'all think I went home? Because I told him, I said, nah, actually, I'm not even hungry like that. Do y'all think I went home after that? No. So he took forever. Mind you, we on the freeway. He going the wrong way. He kept getting on the wrong freeway, talking about, oh shit, my bad. And mind you, at this point, his gas light came on. So I'm just looking at it like, and at this point, I'm like, do you need gas? And he was just like, no. I'm like, nigga, the gas light is on. And he's like, well, again, if we run out of gas, I got a homie with a tow truck. I'm just thinking like, bro, I don't give a fuck about this homie with this motherfucking tow truck that you trying to have tow every motherfucking thing. Let's go. Like, go back to my fucking car, y'all. So we eventually, finally, like, when I tell y'all we got back to my car, it was like just right on it. Like, people was leaving out, y'all. I was so fucking mad. So I'm in the car. He was just like, okay, sitting there. And I'm like, all right, well, I'll see you later. He's like, you're not gonna leave? So I'm like, yeah. So I pull out, y'all. I pull out. So I asked him like where he was going. He was like, he going home. I know which way he lived. So I pull out. I'm going towards my house. He's following me, y'all. I'm just like, the fuck? So I'm like, did some weird shit, like turned down a different street and shit like that. He's still following me. So I end up calling him. I'm like, are you following me? And he was just like, oh shit, man, I must be drunk. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. He was like, I feel like I'm too drunk to get home. Mind you, you wasn't too drunk to drive around the motherfucking world. So I'm just like, oh, okay. So he like, do you think probably like I could come to your house for a little bit and just sober up? I said, I'm like, I live really far from where we are. He like, well, why you never hopped on the freeway? Nigga, why are you following me? So I'm just like, I'm about to. I'm like, but I have to stop by my sister's house. I'm lying like a motherfucker. He don't know where my sister lives. So I'm like, I gotta stop by my sister's house and pick her up because she want to spend the night. And he like, oh, okay, well, you want me to, I feel like I should apologize to her too. I'm just like, nigga, you never even apologized to me tonight. The fuck, you just got on my nerves. So I'm just like, nah, it's cool. Y'all, when I tell y'all, it was like, he was on some weird shit. Like, I really had to do the most, like hit corners, bend corners, do the most for this nigga to fucking stop following me. And it came to a point to where I stopped at this gas station and I knew like he didn't want to stop at that gas station. So I just stopped there so he wouldn't fucking follow me. And he like, all right, well, I'll see you later. Like, you know, cause it was just like, bro, what the fuck you want to follow me home for? I said no. Like, what you was gonna pull up and say, well, I'm already here, can I come in? Like, nigga, you not gonna even know what city, what nothing I live in, y'all. But after that, he ended up hitting me up, and it was crazy because it was like the next day he hit me up and he was cussing me out, y'all. And I was just like, what the fuck? Like, he was cussing me out because he said I didn't hit him up and I was just being weird. And I was just like, the fuck? And he was just like, yeah, you letting this nigga get to you and all this other shit. And I'm just like, y'all, what the fuck? So he really was like cussing me out, and I was just like, yo, you blocked. Like, I don't know what the fuck wrong with you. Like, the fuck is wrong with you? Like, so I didn't even end up blocking him. I just said that. And yeah, mind y'all, like a week later he hit me up and was just like, hey, you really want to go to the movies this time? Nigga, you just cussed me out last week. The fuck was wrong with you? But yeah, after that, when I say after that, I was done. Like, after that situation, I ain't talked to him, and that was like some years ago. I've not talked to him because I'm just like, when I try to give you the chance for some weird reason, in my head, why the fuck I gave you a chance? You did the most weirdest shit. Like, why was you being so weird, y'all? But anyway, I just had to give y'all that little story. I got some more juicier stories about crazy. Y'all know, every time I feel like the story wasn't good enough, I'm gonna apologize. I feel like that story was not good enough, but I just had to, I'm like, let me go ahead and record because I'm not coming back home till Tuesday. So I didn't want to just leave y'all hanging until then. So yeah, I had to go ahead and just give y'all this little quick story. But I got y'all with the juiciness. It's juiciest, whatever the fuck. It's late, y'all. It's 1 in the morning when I get back. And yeah, again, if y'all already have not done so, I'm sorry, I'm all over the place. I need to finish packing, y'all. If I haven't, y'all know what to do. Make sure you subscribe to my channel, give a girl a thumbs up, and comment down below.